welcome. Today we're going to be doing a little experiment about which top 3 pink pencils are best for sketching. So these are the 3 options. So the first option is this one. This is the Prisma col-erase, which was my favorite for a long time, but it's been discontinued, so it's not really available on its own anymore. And so here we are trying to figure out what other options we can go for, because we can't get this anymore. The option that I've been using recently has been the Pilot Color Eno in pink, and it's been working out fine, but curiosity got the best of me. And so I bought this one. This is the Uni Nano Dia, and this one better work out because, well, I bought 4 of them, so it better be the best one. Yeah, we'll see if this is a good option. So let's battle it out and see which one is best. So I decided to start by making a little chart, and I'm gonna actually use the Prismacolor as kind of like the control, the base. I know it's my favorite, so basically we're just comparing it to that. And these are all the categories, so it's gonna be how does it work with other markers, how much does it cost, my personal opinion, all that stuff. Color pencil in rose, that's this one right here. The second option is the Pilot Color Eno in pink, which is this option, and it's going to be in this pencil because this is a mechanical lead pencil thing. So this is going to be the Pilot Color Eno. And then the last option is the Nano Dia color in pink as well. It's also pink. So this is going to be the third option, and it's going to be in this pencil right here. So let's move these aside and get started. Alright, so the first test was just to see the colors, and you can see the color here is pretty warm on the col-erase pencil, and it's beautiful. And now I'm moving on to the Pilot Color Eno, and the color is definitely way, I would say it's way cooler. It doesn't melt the same way, I know because I've been using it. And then here the Nano Dia looks different, but when I started using them, it actually looked almost the same as the Pilot Color Eno. Here I pulled up the eraser that I used for the eraser test, and I expected these to go pretty well because I drew on the page pretty lightly for this test. This is the test that I thought they might struggle with a little bit more, and they kind of did, but surprisingly, the Pilot Color Eno erased relatively well, and the Uni Nano Dia was really good, which I was surprised by. Here we're doing the water markers test, and I have to say the Pilot Color Eno was the only one that like really smudged. The other 2 were pretty good. For the alcohol marker test, you can see that in the Prismacolor it melted, the pencil melted into the marker beautifully. In the other 2, it kind of just disappeared, like they just dissolve when you put marker on them, and I don't know why or how to fix it, and I just want my Prismacolor col-erase pencil back, but it's fine, it's fine. Then I went on to do the watercolor test, and similar to the water markers, as to be expected, the Pilot Color Eno was the one that just bled, that mixed into the watercolor. But yeah, that was it for the test, and then I started using them. So just as a reminder, the purple one that I'm using is the Pilot Color Eno. And then the pink pencil that I'm using for the bottom character is going to be the Uni Nano Dia. And I decided to draw Robin up top from One Piece and then Nami on the bottom. And once I started actually using them, in terms of how they looked, like the two pencils look, it's actually pretty difficult to tell the difference between them. They kind of act pretty similarly, but I have to say, in terms of the feeling when you're using them, they feel totally different from each other. So in terms of the Pilot Color Eno, which I'm using right now, it has a thicker lead. It's 0.7, so it felt more, I don't know, thicker and like a little bit more clunky because it's not my preference. It also was way softer. So right now I'm using the Uni Nano Dia, and this lead was 0.5, and you would expect it to break more easily, especially when I'm using it because I'm very heavy-handed when I draw. But it wasn't breaking, and I think it's because the lead was harder. In fact, I'm 99.999% sure that the lead was harder because it felt harder. And for someone that's really heavy-handed like me, that's actually pretty good because I break the lead less. And it was also nice that, like, even though I was pressing really hard, it was like still drawing relatively lightly. I think that's good. But I guess it would just depend on what type of drawer you are, how heavy-handed you are when you're drawing. I think it definitely is a preference thing. I will say though, I think that if you're worried about spending, like using up the lead really quickly, you're probably going to use it more quickly with the Pilot Color Eno because, well, that one's more likely to break because the lead is softer. So while I will say that they both kind of perform the same when you're drawing, like in action, they do really feel really different. And I think that's just gonna come down to personal preference. Do you like a harder lead or a softer lead? Okay, so I realize we haven't talked about prices, so here we go. The Pilot Color Eno is $5.83 for the pencil plus the lead, and if you just want the refills by themselves, it's $4.93, so almost $5, and it only comes with 10 pieces. Now, the Nano Dia, which is all one word, just letting you know because it was kind of hard to find on Amazon, is $4.40 for just the lead, but it comes with 20 pieces, and then you can get a 5-pack of 20 pieces each for $9.99. So I think in terms of the cost, the Nano Dia is definitely the better deal, but if you want a pencil with it, then the Pilot Color Eno might be better for you. So overall, they just both have different strengths and weaknesses. I can tell you right now though that going in, I was pretty nervous using the Copics because they just both sort of dissolve when you're working with Copics, but Copics are also notoriously bad at playing with other materials. Like, Copics are just the most standoffish material there is. They don't play nice with watermarkers, they don't play nice with anything else, basically. Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent, but if you want a pencil that blends more into other materials, stands out less, you definitely would want to go for the Pilot Color Eno. For me, it blends a little bit too much with everything, but if you use the Pilot Color Eno first and then go in with a Prismacolor color pencil, not a col-erase, just like a regular color pencil, it has a really similar effect to the col-erase rose that I'm so obsessed with. And so I do think that's good for that. The Uni Nano Dia, on the other hand, has a better price, definitely, especially if you're willing to buy it in like bulk or whatever. I think you're getting a way better deal because you get more LEDs and you get more packaging, but you don't get a pencil. But I don't think that matters as much. I also feel like because the lead is harder, it's good for someone that's heavy-handed. Plus, I feel like it would last longer, although I don't really know how much that matters. I feel like at that point, I'm just being kind of a penny pincher, but it's something that I thought of, so might as well mention it. Overall, I think you can probably tell that I like the Uni Nano Dia better, and I've definitely been using it way more than the Pilot Color Eno since I got it, and I've been really enjoying it. Overall, it's not really how they perform, because again, they're kind of similar at the end of the day in how they perform. When you're just using them to draw, you can't really tell the difference, but they just feel so different. The Nano Dia just feels a lot sturdier, and I like that feeling, so maybe that's just me though. And maybe I've just been using it more because I have a lot more of them because I ordered the 5-pack, so I'm not worried that I'm gonna like run out of them. But yeah, at the end of the day, that's the one I've been using the most. That's the one I think I like. But I do think I'm going to continue looking around to see if I can find a better dupe for the Prismacolor col-erase. I don't know why they did this to me. I don't know why they discontinued it from like selling it alone. Like, it had to be a good seller. I feel like people love that pencil. I don't understand. I'm heartbroken, but I guess I'm just gonna have to get over it. And until I find a better pencil, I'm going to continue using the Uni Nano Dia and hoping for better days. Anyway, I'm just gonna finish up coloring and then I'm going to go ahead and line art everything with a pen. I hope this was even just a little bit helpful, and I'm going to definitely keep looking for the best pink pencil to sketch with, and I will let you know if I find something better because I still can't let go. I think I might have a problem. Anyway, have fun. I will see you next time. Bye!